Thank you very much. On Saturday, September 30th, 2023, the House of Representatives was considering a continuing resolution to avoid a government shutdown. Minutes after the Democrat whip made a motion to adjourn, Jamaal Bowman decided to pull a fire alarm. He pulled that fire alarm intentionally, willfully, and knew exactly what he was doing. This happened in the Cannon House office building where my office is located. I happened to be in my office when he pulled the fire alarm. This caused the Cannon building to be evacuated, and my staff and I could not return to our office for several hours. Once the fire alarm was pulled, the elevators shut down, and it made it very difficult for everyone to leave the building, especially if they are handicapped. People had to go down the stairs in order to exit as the fire alarm was blaring. Not only that, all the staff had to leave. They were not allowed to re-enter for a very long time. Capitol Police were scrambling, trying to figure out what had happened, if there was a fire, if there was a threat to our safety and our security, and they had to go into investigation immediately in order to understand why the fire alarm was going. Jamaal Bowman did not tell the Capitol Police that he pulled the fire alarm, even though he admitted himself that when he makes a mistake, that he would tell his own students, if you've made a mistake, own up to it and take accountability. Jamaal Bowman had plenty of opportunity to admit his mistake and take accountability for his own actions. He should have told Capitol Police immediately that he made a mistake, as he claimed. But it wasn't a mistake, Mr. Speaker. It was on purpose, it was intentional, and it was all in part to play the games and the shenanigans that the Democrats were pulling that day as they were trying to block the continuing resolution that was being considered on the House floor. Remember, the fire alarm was pulled minutes after the Democrat whip made a motion to adjourn. But more importantly, he was intentionally playing his part to obstruct an official proceeding. By the way, this is the same thing that has been used against January 6 defendants and is still being used to this day. They are being locked up, held pre-trial detention, and being prosecuted by the Department of Justice nearly 3 years later for obstructing an official proceeding, which is exactly what a member of Congress did, Jamaal Bowman did, on September 30th. But yet we have a two-tier justice system in Washington, D.C. And while regular people who walked into the Capitol, by the way, nonviolent offenders, many of them walked in open doors, and some of them also standing out on the lawn, never entering the Capitol, are all being charged for obstructing an official proceeding. But yet Jamaal Bowman says, oh, it was a mistake and he should get a pass, and his colleagues make excuses for them and call us unserious. You know what's unserious? Having a justice system that doesn't hold everyone accountable and treat people the same way. This is an outrage, and this is a disgrace on this institution and this body. For someone that is a former principal who punished his own students for intentionally pulling fire alarms to make up petty excuses and think that his own constituents and the American people will buy his lies is a slap in the face to his voters, the people that he represents, and this entire country, and every single one of us that serve in this body. I would also add that if anyone is going to be charged and forced to remain in jail, forced to be serving prison time for obstructing an official proceeding, then Jamaal Bowman should face the exact same fate for every single January 6th defendant. Mr. Speaker, I urge all of my colleagues to vote for this censure resolution. I thank Representative McClain for introducing it, and at this time I yield back. Thank you.
Gentlelady yields back. A gentlelady from Michigan reserves.